Gone are the days when women could either be pretty or talented. Nowadays, we see women from all industries achieving brand new heights in their respective careers, but at the same time, looking sizzling hot. A very recent example of a woman who offers us the best of both worlds is the UFC fighter Maryna Moroz, who was recently featured in Playboy magazine. First of all, she's pretty and she can throw a punch. We've all seen that sexist meme, right? The one in which a beautiful woman picks up a book and suddenly starts covering up more and being more sensual. If this doesn't ring any bells, you've probably been exposed to a vast array of media images, texts, books, movies, memes, and so on, making fun of the pretty bimbo girls who were only good at being pretty and nothing else. It's the sad reality of things, folks. How often have you seen girls in the industry who are allowed to be more than just eye candy? And not to get too political with this, but growing up, it was so rare to see women in the industry who could throw a punch and still rock a mini skirt. Apparently, it seemed as if men always had more of a thing for being attracted to the damsel in distress. Savior complex much? But those days are long gone, and we see examples of that every now and then in the form of our sizzling superwoman. We're a little biased because Gal Gadot will forever be our girl crush, or even the adorable Miss Marvel. Going by this trend, it's not surprising to see a UFC fighter, the first woman in the history of the sport, to have also made it to Playboy Centerfold. That's right, folks. After earning a name for herself in the world of boxing, she's all set to expand her career and challenge predominant beauty standards by taking a brave and bold initiative. Up next, let's get to know her more. If you haven't heard her name before, we'd advise you to climb from under the rock you're living in and soak in some sunlight, please. Okay, just kidding. We wouldn't blame you because we all know that the sports industry isn't the most friendly towards its ladies, or any industry for that matter, and sometimes they don't get the same share of the spotlight as their male counterparts. So don't worry, we've got you covered. We'll try our best to introduce you to Maryna Moroz in the limited time that we have. Hey, doesn't this sound a little like Marilyn Monroe? Sorry, we're getting distracted. Moroz, or shall we say the Iron Lady, because that's the title she prefers to go by, is quite literally that. She's an Iron Lady currently, not only fighting in the UFC's flyweight division, but also working as a coach for the women's boxing team in the Ukrainian Olympics. If you haven't guessed it yet, her place of origin is Ukraine, and she clearly has a lot of love for her homeland and identity. That is what inspires her to give back, and what makes her nation proud. That's also perhaps where she gets her exceptional good looks from. Wink wink. She entered the industry with quite the bang, and it looks like this is a common theme with her, because in her very first fight, she was able to beat the opponent by making them tap out. Moving on, let's learn more about her. If you're not satisfied with the amount of tea we've spilled on her, neither are we. We do want to sing a few more praises, and we think it's fully justified. Recently, the woman is on a roll. She not only has managed to win 11 out of the 14 fights she's ever fought, but she's been on a winning spree, having secured 3 consecutive wins in a row. Mind you, she's only 31 years old and made her debut in 2015. For that age, and during this small period of time, she's managed to earn quite a lot of victories. Even branding herself as the first female fighter / Playboy model is quite the feat. It's not every day a woman is willing to take steps that are so daring, but if there's anything we've learned about her, it's that she has the strength, the looks, and the gall to pull anything off. Of course, we may be a little biased, and our opinion doesn't have to be everyone's opinion. Some people do dislike her, and she's been accused of sexualizing female sports. But hey, everyone has haters, and we can't keep everyone happy, especially not at the cost of our own happiness. So live and let live. Moving forward, what does Playboy mean for her? Now, you're probably wondering why she felt the need to enter the adult modeling industry if her career was going strong. That was one of the criticisms that were aimed at her. People did end up wondering, why did the Iron Lady feel the need to take off her clothes. But look at it this way. It's a smart career strategy. She's banking on her modeling career and her popularity as a fighter to quite literally make a mark on the industry. Playboy magazine has quite literally been around for decades now. It has quite the reputation, even if it's notorious. The truth is, you'd probably find a copy of the magazine laying around in every household there's a man, or even woman for that matter. We either want to be with the girls in the magazine or we want to look like them. Sometimes even both. This was her way of making herself a household name, her way of becoming more recognized. And who wouldn't want that? Plus, if you have something to show off, why not show it off, right? And she clearly does. Also, in a recent interview, she did stress that she'd always been a fairly shy person who didn't like leaving her comfort hole. The girl just wanted to have some fun, try something new, and grow as a person, all the while making money. Now, you can disagree with us, but we'd say it was a very strategic move on her part, and we applaud her for it. Next, in other news, Maryna Moroz is hitched? Wait, what? When? And how? But most importantly, why? That was our reaction when we heard the news as well. We can almost hear the sounds of a million hearts breaking, but apparently, recently it's been brought to our knowledge that the Iron Lady is quite literally already married. Now, you must be wondering who her Iron Man is. We were wondering the same, so we did a bit of digging around. But despite all our efforts, her mystery man remains quite the mystery. The only information we have on him is his name, Serhiy Zakolyailev. Yes, that one is quite hard on the tongue, we recognize that. But other than this, the rest is pretty much unknown. The only glimpses we get of him are from her socials. We did find a picture in which she referred to him as her support. Aww, carrying the weight of the Iron Lady must be heavy on his shoulders, with her boxing and coaching career and all that traveling. But from what we've heard so far, he constantly pushes her to do her best and is supportive through it all. In fact, he's very proud of her recent Playboy venture too. Damn, who says there are no perfect men out there? We must say we're impressed. No wonder she's head over heels for him. We would be too. Next up, from UFC to WWE. The pipeline from this to that isn't that surprising. If you've competed as a professional fighter, entering the world wrestling entertainment industry isn't all that surprising. Being a UFC fighter equips you with all the skill sets needed to make it big in WWE. And we'd say it's quite the leap because WWE is definitely a household name. We're literally getting flashbacks, thinking of how we'd run in front of our screen every weekend when a new Raw episode would come out. The nostalgia is strong with that one, and that's why we support Ronda Rousey and her decision to try and make it big on WWE. She recently made her debut in the world of wrestling entertainment and revealed that she's happier in this world than in her last. Apparently, WWE fans have shown her way more love and care in a short period of time than her UFC fan base. We're really happy to hear that, and we wish them all the best. Lastly, chauvinism is back at it again. In a recent interview, Dana White revealed how much aversion and opposition he faced to the idea of hosting a women's MMA in the start. There's a clip of him stating that he would never ever want women to be part of the UFC. But just 2 years later, he met Ronda Rousey, and his whole world changed. It's very rare for men to accept when they're being a little sexist, but he did it without any qualms. He took accountability for the fact that he never imagined women in the sport, mostly because he didn't want to see them get hurt. But he's starting to see that women can be more than just pretty. Well, good morning to you too, Mr. White. We hope you continue on this self-awareness journey for all our sakes. That's all for today, folks. Let us know your thoughts on the Playboy shoot in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. See you next time.